Hi everyone, happy Monday. I hope that you guys are having a terrific Monday. I am on my way to the grocery store and I thought I would have a conversation with you before I leave. Hold on a second, let me turn my ear on. Give me just a second. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. I hope that you continue to have a great week. I was watching a YouTube vlogger by the name of Tiara J earlier this morning, and her story just really resonated with me so much. She was being very transparent. She was going into a lot of details about where she's been, why she hasn't been on YouTube for a minute. She's just telling the viewers about some things that have been transpiring in her life. And she was just being really transparent and open. And she was just talking about healing and talking about hitting rock bottom. And as I was listening to her story and as I was reading the comments, it was such sadness in the comments. There was a lot of encouragement in the comments, don't get me wrong. But what I noticed that there are a lot of people going through a lot of things, such as Tiara J and such as myself. And so I just wanted to come on here and share a little bit about me and what I've been going through. And I have been talking about it on my channel. However, I haven't. Tiara J went into a lot of details, and she sang a beautiful gospel song at the beginning of the her vlog this morning, and it was beautiful. I may have just been watching it this morning, but it may have been from like a day or two. But it was a beautiful gospel song that was so uplifting by Kurt Carr. I can't remember the name of the song, but I know it's by gospel singer Kurt Carr. So if you guys get a chance to check out her video, but I pray that many of you will like and comment. If you haven't already subscribe to my channel. I am trying to grow my channel. I am trying to become an up-and-coming entrepreneur and content creator, and also have a business outside of YouTube as well. I welcome you to my channel. You already won because you have. When Jesus gave his life for you on Calvary, when he gave his life for me on Calvary, we became winners through him. In that we are brand new creatures in Christ Jesus, and because of his death, old things have passed away, like just our old former way of living and doing things, and being in bondage to sin. Like, we're no longer in bondage to sin, guys, and we are brand new creatures through him, thank God. And so I just want you to know that you're already a winner. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you've been through, you're already a winner. You just have to believe it, and you have to believe in him. And so I'm saying all that to say that listening to Tiara J today really just moved me in such a way to just come on here and try to be as transparent as I can be. I hope that you will stay. Now, this may be lengthy. I try not to be. There are some of my videos that have been lengthy, and I noticed that some people try to end up dropping off. But I'm really hoping, just like with Tiara J, her video was lengthy and people stayed. And so I'm praying that you will stay as well on my video, because what she had to say was so impactful and so powerful. And what I have to say, I hope that it will encourage you, uplift you, and just know that you're not alone. And that we all are going through something, but we're all going through different levels of that something. But we all just have to be there for one another. Even though we may not live in the same state, you might not be my neighbor in this state that I live in, but you're still my neighbor. And the word of God says to love your neighbor as you love yourself, as thyself. And so we should still be encouraging and uplifting one another and being there for one another, even from afar. You just never know how an encouraging virtual card could uplift somebody's day that's really, really struggling. Because from the comments that I read on Tiara J's channel, it was a couple of people on there, guys, that were saying that they feel like God hates them because of all that they're going through. They feel like God hates them. Like, that broke my heart. That really broke my heart for people to feel like they're in such a dark place that they feel that God hates them. There was a couple of people on there that were saying that they were going through the same thing as Tiara J. They were going through the same thing as her, and that they really felt like they were hit at their rock bottom and in such a dark space. Tierra mentioned on her channel that she had even had some suicidal thoughts. At one point in time, she's in a better place, of course, now, and not in that same space. But there were people on the comments that saying that they felt the same way. They had also been having similar things going on with them. So that's why I say, girl, guys, it's so important to check on your loved ones, whether it's your cousin, your friend, your distant cousin, even whether it's somebody that you've seen on YouTube that you've just been scrolling through and so happen to see their channel and you hear that they're in a dark space. Like, reach out and leave an uplifting comment, send a virtual card or something like that. You never know that what you might say, how that can be an impactful statement or impact somebody's day or life, because they may not have that at home, guys. They may not have anybody at home to uplift them or encourage them. I'm paying attention to the minutes up here because I know sometimes people drop off, and I know sometimes people don't like long videos, but this is so important. People are hurting. People are struggling. Those comments that I read were so, it's just saddened me so much. And so I picked up my Bible and I was reading 2 Corinthians chapter 1, and I started with verse 3. And in that chapter, and when you get a chance, please go to it and read it. It was saying that basically, I'm just summarizing, guys. It was just saying that God, he's not going to leave us. And basically, he encourages us that, like when we're going through weaknesses, his strength is made perfect. His power is made perfect in our weaknesses. And it talks about how he encourages us. And when he encourages and uplifts us through Jesus, he expects for us to therefore use what he's done for us and encourage and uplift others. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Like, God encourages us. He definitely doesn't hate us, guys. He said that he will never leave or forsake us. And so again, when I read those comments, I began to just feel so sad for the people that were going through those things. I left some comments, some uplifting words to them. But I just wanted you to know that God doesn't hate you. He loves you. That's why he sent his son to save you. And that, we're supposed to, encourage and uplift one another. He expects for us to do that. And so I just want you to be encouraged today, no matter what you're facing, that it's not going to last always, that things will turn around, but you just have to keep the faith, and you have to not give up on yourself, and you have to not give up on God. And also, I just wanted to share a little bit with you about, Tierra J was mentioning that she's hit rock bottom, and she was just naming off some things. She had some things that she was numbering off to say, like, how she got herself out of that dark place, but that she was really, really in that dark place. And I want to say to you guys, like, since I got laid off in May of 2024, went from looking at houses to buy with realtors, more than one realtor, had talked to 3 or 4 different lenders, was in the process of trying to buy a home. I bought a car in February of 2024. I went from that to now drawing unemployment. My unemployment is getting ready to run out. I am facing eviction. I am facing losing my car. And this is one of the darkest places that I've been in a long time, because I've been working really hard to work on my credit score. I was actually, before I got laid off in May, I was paying a credit repair company to work on my credit, paying them every month to work on my credit, because I really wanted to, get my credit score up so that I could get approved for a higher amount as far as buying a house. And so when I tell you, just within a few months of everything just changing so drastically, I feel like I am in the same exact spot that Tierra was in. Like, I just feel like this is my rock bottom, because I have a 10-year-old granddaughter that I am raising, who's been with me since birth. And I have really worked hard on my credit and to get to the point where, where I won't be evicted and where I won't have to go through these things. But I can tell you, like Tierra was talking about on her channel, I have to hold myself accountable. There are some things that were out of my control, like the layoff. The layoff was out of my control, guys. However, I was like the second round of layoffs, right? There was a first round that happened last year in 2023 around November. And there were 3 people let go. And I was kept asking questions after that because my agents, I was salaried, guys, I was a supervisor. My agents were asking questions. And so I started asking questions as well. And I was concerned about being let go. And I was assured that nothing was going to happen. I didn't have to worry about anything. But yet I was the second round of layoffs. And then they just had a third round of layoffs in August. So I really, after those 3 were let go, now that I'm rethinking things, now that I'm reevaluating things, I should have still been concerned, and I should have started immediately looking for something else then. And I just want you to know that we have to hold ourselves accountable. I'm holding myself accountable and saying that I had no emergency fund. I had nothing to fall back on in my savings so that I could pay up my bills for a few months while I look for work. Mind you, I've been putting in application after application every single day, and I have been getting no after no after no. I don't know what's going on with the job economy right now. I don't know if it has anything to do with the election or if it has anything to do with whatever else is going on. I'm not for sure, but I know that I have actively daily been putting in applications, and I have been getting no's, like, although your resume looks impressive, we've decided to move forward with other candidates. And I am applying for stuff that I am qualified for, fields that I have actually worked in. So for me, this is my rock bottom. And after this, I don't want to ever be in this position again. And I feel very shameful to be in this position at my age. Tierra J is young. I know that some of you guys will say, well, it doesn't matter how old you are or what your age is, but it does. It does. Because at my age, I feel like I should have known better. At my age, I should have known to have an emergency savings. You need to have an emergency fund. Say if there's a funeral, all of a sudden somebody passes away in your family, so you'll be able to fly to wherever they're having a funeral. If they're not being buried in your same city and state, you need money in an emergency fund so that if you get laid off, or your job ends up going bankrupt, or they end up closing and not just shutting down or whatever, and not running anymore, you need enough money saved up for 3, 4, even 6 months where you can pay your bills until you are able to find another job. Just some cushion. And also, another thing that I didn't do, I talked to 4 different people, guys. 4. I talked to HR, I talked to my manager, I talked to a coworker of mine, and I talked to one other person, I can't remember right now, about upping my 401k. I left my 401k at 1%. Big mistake. Huge mistake. And I was contemplating upping it to like 5%, 6%. Because, I just wanted to have more money in there. Of course, with the company match with that as well. And if I had did that, then I wouldn't have been able to use that to pay my bills up. Right now, everything is past due. Everything is past due. My lease is up in October, guys. Like, this is my rock bottom. I don't know where I'm going to go, who I'm going to stay with. I don't have a lot of family here. Most of my family lives in Texas. And the family that I have, we're just not, I don't want to get into too many details, but I'm just saying I don't really know where I'm going to go right now. I'm just being transparent with you that I feel partly responsible for not having something to fall back on. I could not help the layoff. That was out of my control. The job market and what's going on with it, that's out of my control because I have been actively every day looking. But I could have had something saved up and up to my 401k and also had that emergency funding. And so I'm saying all that to say that what's kept me is my faith in God. What's kept me is knowing that He said that we would go through trials and tribulations, but that He would be with me and He would be with you through everything. He has been with me, and He is what's kept me. And I know that He will keep you too. Don't ever give up. If you feel like you're having suicidal thoughts, or that you are at that such a low point, where you feel like you may harm yourself, make sure that you reach out to someone to get help. This is a very hard lesson that I'm learning, and I'm definitely not going to allow myself to be in this position ever again. And I ask for you guys' prayers. If you know of anybody that's hiring remotely, please send your girl a message. I pray for all of you as we all are going through various things. I pray for all of you. Go ahead and check out 2 Corinthians chapter 1 when you get a chance. And also yesterday I read Ephesians chapter 2. And I was so moved and so uplifted by Ephesians chapter 2. Like, just to know, just to reflect on what Jesus has done for us and how we have freedom through him, guys. Was just really moving and touching for me. And I'm just so thankful that I have a relationship with him. That, it's not just me just going to church on Sundays, but I just really thank God for the relationship that I have with him and with Jesus. That's really kept me through this difficult time, because again, I haven't even started packing because I really don't know where I'm going to go. I'm getting phone calls after phone calls after phone calls from bill collectors. I have no way to pay them. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel, and it is increasing very, very slowly. So I have no idea when I'm going to get monetized by that. And then I'm working on my print-on-demand business. I'm praying, guys, that you will order. I did set up my shop. I'm using Printful for my print-on-demands. I'm going to be doing home decor. Home decor is a passion of mine. Always has been. So I am going to be doing, my athletic wear. But I'm also going to be doing pillows, my canvases, and things like that for my home decor line. So I am praying that you guys will support me as your girl is trying to become and shall become an entrepreneur, because my God said that my gifts shall make room for me. I believe that it is meant for me to be an entrepreneur. And I believe that I'm going to be the first generational wealth builder in my family. So anyway, I'm asking for your support. Once I get everything set up, like I said, I just set up my store, connected it to Printful, and just got to start designing some things. That's what I'm working on now. So I will let you know and keep you updated. I pray for all of you. Make sure as I end this that you are reaching out to people and checking on them. As I read the comments in Tiara J's vlog, there were a lot of people that were suffering, hurting, and going through some things, and it really just moved me in such a way to share this message. And I just want you to know that I love you, that God and Jesus loves you even more, and that you have a friend in me. So if you don't have somebody to encourage you or to uplift you, let me be the one to do that. You are amazing. You are beautiful. There's nothing too hard for God. I know that everything seems tough right now, as it seems that way for me as well, but just know that things are turning around and that all things are working for your good. That's all that I have to say right now, guys. God bless you. Have an amazing Monday and have an even better week. Peace. Peace.